Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. I got my man, Mr. Tom, with me. Probably have another guest in a little bit, but before we do that, this is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show, and we've got, as I said, one more guest joining us. We got Alonzo in the house. Well, all right. So, Mr. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I just want to point out to Colonel Ward, I know you can see me bobbing. I could see me bobbing because then it's narrow, so I'm at the side and I'm like, let's bob. Let's do the thing, yeah? So
Cool.
No gotcha was achieved, Mr. Ward. All right? I knew, yeah, I got eyes too. It's not Stevie Wonder being invited to the trip on a Monday night, live on the YouTube. Anyway, sorry.
No
How
problem.
are you, Gary? How are you, Alonzo?
All right.
Pleasure to be here.
Alonzo, how are you doing? Uh-oh. I can't hear you, buddy.
It's gone. Yeah, guys.
Nope, nothing. It's. While Alonzo is figuring that out, let me just say hello to everybody who joined us. I sent Alonzo a link. Guess what? I sent him the link to the YouTube show.
Did you send him the mute link?
I it sounds like it. Hopefully he can figure out what's up with your mic. Still can't hear you, man.
Alonzo's going to conduct the next hour in sign language.
Colonel Ward saying hello to Alonzo. Yeah, we've got Why Not in the house. Welcome to the show. Why Not? I'm always happy to see you in here. Yeah, we like to. You know, when I made that intro video, I didn't realize it was going to be clear on the outside or transparent. I thought it would just be blank because that's what it was on the when I looked at it, was because the background was black. So there you go. So I like it though. You kind of see us as we're listening to the music as it's playing. So yeah, Ravenite has joined us. Welcome to the show. Yeah. And Ravenite's giving us the updates on the Ashes. I believe I saw England was behind, if I recall, on runs. We were able to get the runs they needed, I think. What, right?
I believe that was the case, yeah.
Yeah.
Double check.
So I think, yeah. So a good day for them. Ashes are always Australia, right?
Usually Australia. England won by 49 runs.
There you go. Good job.
So it ended up tied at 2-2. And because the Ashes are essentially the rules of boxing and wrestling, the Aussies retain the trophy, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
You have to beat the holding team to win it.
So the Aussies being up 2-1 probably didn't really mind.
Well, yeah, they've not won. They've only retained the Ashes. They didn't win it.
Yes. Yeah, but you got to win it to take it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get
exactly
that.
Right.
Cool. BX Gunner has joined us. Welcome to the show, BX Gunner.
Bring
back Tony. Fun Tony Macy's so he can get internet back. Yeah, no, we're not trying to keep Tony away. Oh, I think Alonzo's hopefully working on his internet and his audio. We want Tony on the show for sure. We miss him when he's not here, but he had internet issues the other day, so I don't know where he is today. I'll let him come and go when he sees fit. He's got lots of stuff going on, as you know. As you know. No, we bowled out Australia. Nice. Oh, that's right. It wouldn't have been a 49 run win if you hadn't bowled them out, right? So there you go.
Yep. I'd just like to say something to fans of one particular segment, Gary. I do have a brand new bag, never seen before, never tried before, bag of crisps.
Nice. Oh, I didn't show you the video. I think I have a video also for your question, but I don't see it here. I don't know if
good.
So I made one for it. So I don't know if I uploaded it. So that might be the problem. So yeah, so I got one for that as well. Let's see, Lonzo, can we hear you?
Hello?
Oh yeah, we can hear him when he brings the food out. When we want him to talk football, we can't hear anything. But as soon as we say, "Can you get some food?" the audio works. Got it.
Hi, Gary. Hey, Tom.
Hello. What food you got?
A snow cone. It's a snow cone. Anyways, Gary, thanks for having me on the trip.
Cool. Yeah, I made some videos.
He's been working on that. He was calling it the road trip all through.
Yeah, well,
night.
You know what? He was lucky. He was lucky that the review board let him in. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
He was trying to be funny, and the review board doesn't play jokes. It's really serious business up here, man. Really serious business. Finishing up the chat on the Ashes. Yeah, but the Aussies got lucky with a third test being rained out and got saved by their weather. So the morale Ashes are ours. All right. You're gonna claim it. You can do it.
Yeah. I'd rather have the actual Ashes though.
Got Spencer in the house. Welcome to the show, Spencer. At some point, me and Spencer will do a show talking American football.
But the Eagles.
I've never seen.
Not the Eagles. We'll be laughing at the Eagles, hopefully.
I've never seen you both at the same time in the same place. Therefore, for all I know, you might like it, like in Beetlejuice, where like the mouth opens up and then you turn yourself inside out, and it turns out that Gary was Spencer Bronco all along.
I don't know about that.
Or it might be the other way around.
Sorry, got Mom in the house. Welcome to the show, Mom. Mom just had another birthday last week, so happy birthday, Mom. That's where when I missed the show, when I missed a show, it wasn't my show, but I was visiting Mom. So welcome to the show, Mom. We do have the actual Ashes, Tom. They get a small replica. Don't tell them. They'll tell them that.
He's just let the cat out of the bag.
You should have said that out loud.
Australian cricket board are watching this.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's move on. Move it along. What's in the news today? We have Arsenal plays Monaco, which I guess is interesting because I believe Wednesday or Thursday is the day that they officially reveal the Wenger statue. I don't know why they didn't do it on the same day. I think that would have been cool to show it when he's there standing next to it for the first time. But they decided to do it a little informal. I don't even know if they did an official release of it, or they just plopped it down and said, "Oh, here you go, folks." But that's how Arsenal does its thing. So Wenger will be at the game, I believe, playing Monaco. Did he manage Monaco? I think he did, right? So I always get that mixed up. So it's kind of a cool deal. Arsenal hopefully also will use that to get ready for this season, but also get ready for the community seal, and maybe showcase that starting 11. Alonzo, what do you think? Who do you think? You think they will use the Monaco game to figure out who's going to be in that starting 11 for the Community Shield?
I actually think the opposite, Gary. I think this could be the game that Arteta uses to maybe showcase players that are on the fringe of things. Maybe trying to get sold. Maybe trying to get their last gasp effort to prove that they belong to the team. I think that, in my opinion, that the starting 11 against City would say more so a starting 11 for the first game of the season and maybe the majority of the season as well. So, yeah, I think maybe you'll see some starters play against Monaco, but more so really the second string or the B team rather go against the Monaco team on Wednesday. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Tom, you have any thoughts on the Arsenal match? Do you guys have another match before before the season starts?
No.
Okay.
No, we're done.
Right.
We're done.
All right. So you can put your Arsenal hat on and tell us. I mean, you think we should test out a starting lineup against Monaco?
I don't see the harm in it. I mean, ultimately, even the Community Shield itself, it's still weird calling it that. I still know it's a charity shield, even though it's been a Community Shield for about 20 years. But anyway, I think this is a marker of intent. You need to show that you can go head to head with the big boys, and I know you're going to say we did go head to head with the big boys.
I never said that.
Second.
I never said that.
No. I'm saying there will be people right now in your chat that are attacking. How can you say we don't mix it with the big boys?
Nobody in my chat said that.
No.
Now you're reaching again.
Someone will be in the process of typing it, I'm pretty sure. But my point being, right, is that you need to show that you can mix it with that particular big boy.
True. Very true.
In a ultimately meaningless contest, but there is still a trophy.
I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Like as I told you, it could be tiddlywinks. It could be pickup sticks. It could be war.
You wouldn't beat Man City at tiddlywinks.
Oh, we wouldn't?
Nah, they're very good at that.
Oh, damn. But all I'm saying is we have to go into a competition with them, with some confidence that we can win. The same way I've said all last season, when people ask, "So you think you're going to win the next match?" I'm like, "Yes." Have you seen how we've been playing? Right? Basically, you look at the, how the team's playing. You figure going to the next match, it doesn't matter who it is. You should expect to win. You've been playing pretty good. So yeah, no, I like to think that I know a lot of people say that preseason means nothing. I think that's false. I think what's the point of playing it if there's no reason? You're trying to get something out of it. Arsenal's trying to figure out where Timber will play, trying to figure out can Havertz play in particular positions on the pitch. Is when Rice was healthy, where would he play? What is the gap between them being better than the starter or equal to the starter they had the previous season? You know what I mean? Those three players definitely. Then you have all the players that were injured coming back. Your Milsuf Rose, you need to figure out what's up with him, right? Reece Nelson, he had a chance, but he's been injured now. I think we have to, is Jorginho okay? All these things. We lost Lonzo switching video and audio things. It looks like I don't know what's going on here.
He wants to show off his Silence of the Lambs butterfly connection.
All right, so he's back, but so that's kind of how I look at preseason. It is a glorified practice. They don't need to be perfect for 90 minutes, but I need to see glimpses. If you can't go, like if you go into a practice and you practice for 2-3 hours, there's got to be something that all right, looks nice. That player did pretty good. So that's what I kind of expect. What do you guys? Oh, you guys saying we should have a show dedicated to the Chicago Bears?
No.
We want to have a show about teams that can play football. Chicago Bears haven't played football since like '85.
Absolutely not. What are we supposed to turn back the clock to 1985?
There you go. Yeah. You know what? They pissed me off.
Get Mondo McMichael out there.
Here's how they pissed me off that season. Because I lived in Miami, right? And the Dolphins are playing the Bears. I think it's Monday Night Football, I believe. And the Dolphins beat them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is and Dolphins are like the last team to go undefeated in a season, so they were happy, I believe. I went to sleep. My mom said I woke up screaming. I was so pissed. Then it turns out that the Dolphins then in the playoffs lose to the Patriots, who get destroyed by the Bears in the Super Bowl. So I wasn't a fan of the Dolphins, just to say that.
Hey Gary,
go ahead.
Jim McMahon for the Bears will end up playing for the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
But I feel bad for it because now he had like concussion issues, post concussion issues. He has to wear sunglasses all the time now. Poor guy.
True. Yeah, football is a beast. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Tom, you had something else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I did, about the NFL, National Football League, yeah?
Yeah.
Two things. One, I'm a Green Bay Packer, right? Yeah, give all the jokes, yeah, I'm a Packer.
Cheesehead,
all these things.
Cheesy head.
And that's the worst. I hate cheese, but I'm supposed to wear a cheese head, right? Anyway, Chester McCheesington and all that, right? Little midget with the... Anyway. But, so naturally, there will be no Chicago Bears. Anything for the song. Fuck the Chicago Bears. Pardon my language. Sorry, Gary's mum. But fuck the Chicago Bears. Right. One more thing, right?
Go on.
Fuck the Bears. Right. No. Also, I'll let you in on one little secret. I don't like the San Francisco 49ers.
But the San Francisco's 49ers success will help your team. The team that you like the most.
I'll tell you this, right? My Green Bay Packers were rolling. They were absolutely rolling in like 2013, I believe it was. Just great Green Bay Packers team. And then they lost to the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
And I in the playoffs, I was like, oh, those motherfuckers, like that. Oh, sorry, pardon my language. I was,
This is an adult show, so you're all right. You're all right.
Hey, Tom. Try being an Eagles fan, Tom.
Yeah, you finally had you've been pretty happy over the last decade or so. So two Super Bowls,
but
you got a Super Bowl and you got another appearance. So
yeah. But
hey, you're doing a lot way better than my Cowboys team. You actually played in 2 Super Bowls. All right, the Cowboys haven't even sniffed a win in a conference championship. So there you go. Yeah, so I'm not even, like I said, my feelings on American football not so good. Cowboys kind of been stinking it up. We'll see. Ramsdale not getting bent, just competition. Turner not good enough. And you know what's interesting about this is I watched the show probably a day or so before the news came out that Raya was on the radar for Arsenal anyways. And it's interesting that they decide this is where they want to make a move. Be as they say, what is it called? Ruthless, right? Ramsdale. I mean, you came a couple of games short of maybe competing. Having a really good foothold on a league. I don't think it was all on Ramsdale because he kind of got you there, but when you needed him to make certain plays, he didn't make them late in the season. I don't know if Daniel Ray is going to do better, but I like the fact that they're going to put competition right behind him because Turner gave him nothing, and even when Turner came in, it was like, nah, it's not ready yet. So I kind of like the move if it's for competition, but it's a lot of money not to. If Raya doesn't supplant him, then it might be a waste of $40 million or whatever it's going to cost to get him. What do you think there, Alonzo?
Like you said, Gary, like Raya came from a overachieving Brentford team, in my opinion, and I was looking at the stats side by side, and he's actually made more saves than Ramsdale with the virtual defense behind him, or in front of him. So, that being said, I welcome the challenge. It's unfortunate that Matt Turner didn't really thrive last year, and especially in Europe and League Cup games and FA Cup games. where he generally is supposed to be used, and he didn't really capture that moment like we all wanted him to. Especially him being American, I kind of wanted him to succeed. Um, but yeah, I think Rams need more competition. I think it kind of shows recently that he's mistake prone. Last year he also did that. I think it was against Southampton where he passed it directly to Gabriel, and Gabriel, of course, messed it up. And he got frazzled and therefore got picked off by a Southampton player. And it happened, I think, twice last year where Ramsdale didn't really kick it far enough. Instead of doing it for pass type stuff. So they raised that talent. Obviously, Brian Munich wanted him to. So yeah, I welcome the move, but at that price, it's kind of iffy.
That price means that it's really important to Arsenal because I still feel like the Kudus would have been the better choice to bring in, being that he would push Saka and maybe and help us out on the front line. Not that we needed it, but I don't think Saka has anybody behind him that's pushing him. But Ramsdale, if they can get more out of Ramsdale with this, or if Raya turns out to be the man, I'll take it. Mr. Tom, what say you?
I find it a very strange transfer. Like, obviously, if you have two great goalkeepers, obviously it's good for Arsenal. But it's obviously sending a message to Ramsdale that you're not the man. As such.
I think he's a man.
You're telling him his position's under threat for a start. I mean, don't get me wrong, all players should feel like their position is under threat if you don't do the job. But it's very rare that you get two Premier League starting caliber goalkeepers in one at that age as well in one team.
I know Leno is a little bit older. He's like 28 or whatever. But once again, I never thought we needed to improve on him at that time. Like for me, it wasn't that we needed we couldn't have done with a better goalkeeper. It was we had so many other holes and issues that are more important, I think, to me, than a goalkeeper at that point. When you had you had Leno, even when you had Emmy, I was like, if Emmy and Leno should have been the ones fighting out for it, not and then let's see how that would have worked out. Like you're gonna spend basically over 50 mil and let them compete, as opposed to not have to spend any more than you already had on Leno and Emmy, and you let one go for cheap. You know what I mean? And then Leno you let go for cheap as well, knowing that he's also a quality Premier League goalkeeper. So I don't have trust so far that the way the goalkeeper sales are going to go, that they will make money unless they do. Right? It hasn't happened yet. I think Xhaka right now is a blip. I like to think it's consistency and they can sell their players for more money, but we haven't seen it consistently that Arsenal will take a quality player and actually get closer to their value, if not over it. I mean, we paid a lot of money for Havertz, and he's not valued that high in terms of his qualities in the last 3 years. Right? Rice was a different deal. Timber, we got a good discount on, many say. So yeah, it kind of means might be lights out for Mr. Turner, even though it sounds Turner might get to start for Forest if that works out for him. Yeah, I heard that deal could be between 10 and 15 mil. So, that what's crazy about that? I don't know how much we sold Leno for, but the fact that one's a second, one's the backup, and the other one was a starter at one point, and I think Leno didn't go for that much more. So I kind of feel like that's poor business there. And definitely Emmy didn't go for much more than 15. So I kind of feel like Arsenal is, hopefully they're getting better. We'll see. Gary, Sam's been bullying me. Went to Clacton with a spoon. He's got me legless, then took my shoes and threw them on top of a lamppost. Yeah. Damn. Sam just is ruthless.
Throw him over a Pablo.
Sam is ruthless, man.
That's the real quiz.
Sam's mean. You know what? Don't piss off Sam. He'll be tripping Tony. You know.
Lucky he didn't throw Colonel Ward on top of lamppost.
Everybody's saying hi. I know I've missed a lot of. We'll go through the chat real quick. Gary, did Gary take you to Weatherspoons? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I assume it's a
slag. You slag.
The 95 Bears only lose was definitely, and I hated that. That was that was the whole Super Bowl, I think. Bears are coming back. Shut up. That's not happening. No, Gary would have taken me to a soccer match, the late night roller skating arena. I ain't taking you there. I'm not taking you there. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that Spencer. These two wide receivers. That's not good in the NFL.
Who were they?
I saw the names. Maybe they'll tell us. But yeah, I saw they lost two of their two wide receivers. Not good.
One's name was Jim Bob, and the other one was D's Nuts.
Okay. That is no. Taib, welcome to the show. Yeah. Everybody saying hey. Fields for sure. 5-20. You know, I think he's a good player. He just is on a bad team. You know, kind of sucks. Green Bay's tanking for Caleb Williams. I think that's the next greatest quarterback coming out of college. I think he.
Alabama. Oklahoma.
No. I thought it was USC. So I'm not sure.
Okay, you're right.
I think it's USC. Chris Nix has joined us. Welcome to the show. You're a Jags fan. So at Wembley.
That was
Jags
criminal. They prop up. No, in England, right? This would have been again roughly like 2014 when they started signing the deal to have more matches in Britain or at Wembley.
Yeah.
They were basically pushing Jacksonville Jaguars as the home team in all the games, right? And it makes sense now because Wembley's like part owned by the Khan family, who people may or may not know owns Fulham.
Yeah.
And All Elite Wrestling. But anyway. But on TV, they would literally promote it as come and see your hometown Jacksonville Jaguars. I was like, we managed to move London to Jacksonville. Like, what is this nonsense? They're not my hometown team.
Yeah, it just kind of that doesn't. Yeah, nah. And you know the Jaguars are actually better now, but not back then. Not back then. Ray's joined us on the show. The man's got my name plus an A, so he's gotta be great. Okay.
What?
I don't know if that. Maybe you've got his name, just without the A. You know. Good draft picks from the Bears. Possible breakout season, but the coaches are normally crap. Nagy was like Frank. Yeah, Nagy was terrible. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing in any sport. That's a team sport. If you don't have the proper coaching manager, it doesn't matter who you have on the team. It's not going to work.
If Nagy's like Frank Lampard, he'll then end up as the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, won't he?
No.
No, because nobody's taking over. He's not taking over City because Kansas City Chiefs would be City right now.
It would be like the Texans.
No, my point is that Frank Lampard falls upwards.
Yeah, but he's not falling all the way up to the best team. He's not falling all the way up to the best team in the league.
He's falling down to the Texans. He's falling down to the Texans.
You know, maybe a former great like United, probably, right? You know, that's kind of where you'd be falling up to. NFC is weaker than. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Used to be a different way around back in the days, right? When you had the 49ers and then Cowboys, and Green Bay and all of that. So QB play that. Yeah, QB play is perfect. You know, that's you got to have that one player, and the QB has a lot of the issues. But I also feel like your midfield is also key in football. A really good midfield gets you wins. Right, they connect the back and the front, and that's what you want. Yeah. AFC's been winning it up. I gotta go with Jalen Hurts. Nah,
Yeah, my man.
nah. Not only is he a
Right
Bama
here,
fan, but he's a Bama player.
Brittany let me down.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So there you go, Big Gunner. Right wing to test Sacker. I like that. Kudos would be good. If they're gonna sell Balogun and Kedia, then Kudos would be the guy I think they should go for. But we'll see. Turner to Leeds. There you go. Don't you need a goalkeeper? He stops penalty kicks, so you
No,
just got
signed goalkeeper.
no. But you can get Turner, who stops penalty kicks. Instead of like giving up goals, you could just bring people down in the box and then, you know, now you know
If
you got a
Turner
goalkeeper.
can score penalty kicks, I'll have him.
You've got Ryan has joined us. Welcome to the show. Everybody's saying hello. I'm gonna go for the big one based on transfers.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. This.
Yeah, we definitely need to have outgoings, but why is it taking so long?
This King Colonel Ward with his anti-Leeds rhetoric, he should be like putting the stocks or something.
Yeah. No, I like the idea. There's like I'm watching a video where they've got Raya playing basically look like a midfielder, you know, twisting and turning in the midfield, getting away from. I think it's Harvey Barnes. He's twisting and turning away from. Is Harvey Barnes number 7? He is, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's Harvey Barnes. Yeah, it's Harvey Barnes. So he's dribbling away from Harvey Barnes. He's a goalkeeper. So
I tell you my favourite thing Raya ever did.
What's that?
It was a tense and warm May.
Oh boy.
In 2022.
Oh my.
And Rafinha is in possession of the ball.
Story time with Tom.
He's got the ball in the penalty box. He turns away. And Raya clatters him with all the force of someone that bet on Leeds to survive the afternoon. And then he and Rafinha locked eyes for the penalty kick where he was like, if you go that way, I'll go that way. It'll be golden. Oh. It's a shame he couldn't have been the goalkeeper in the other 38 games to proceed in next season. But he was a hero of mine that day.
There you go. Well, hopefully, yeah. Luckily, if you're playing for Arsenal, you won't have that opportunity unless it's like in the FA Cup or something. So
that FA Cup is conspiracy, absolute conspiracy, right? And let me tell you why, right? Not just because the fact that you've won it 400 times and we've won it once, right? Not because you've won loads of cup trophies, but you've never actually beat us in the final of one. So you always make it so you draw us in the earlier rounds before we can beat you in the final, right? That's conspiracy. That's actually a conspiracy on the fly, okay? But my initial conspiracy was, how do we always end up drawing you in the cup so often? Like, are there magnets on the balls?
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
I hear that.
SP.
Brentford is Brentford has the relegation plan to a T. Their striker is out. Raya is out.
Disgusting.
It would be nice if Raya and Tony do come to Arsenal. That'd be kind of cool. Strengthen. What is this? Strengthen behind Eddie. Ray, you lost it. You lost it, my man. Go take an aspirin or something. I think you got a headache. I would be surprised if David Raya joined as a number 2. I really doubt it. Hey, Ramsdale joined too, and everybody thought, wait a second, why are you bringing him in? And we saw what happened there. So if it's the same thing, we're just ruthless and we're just leveling up.
Weren't he going to Tottenham at one point, right?
Oh, was it? I don't think they want to spend money. I was listening to a Tottenham show because I want to hear what they have to say, and they're basically saying that it really is a business. They could care less about what happens with the football team. They've got a stadium that brings in the money. Everybody wants to go to the games regardless.
How much money they make per game?
I think they were saying that if they wanted to, they could spend 300 mil easy. Like that's how much they make in revenue as a club. So
I make 5 million per home game.
Yeah, Yeah. So they could be spending money if they wanted to, but they're haggling, and they're keeping a hold of Kane. I think Kane needs to just put his foot down and say, "Let me out of here. Let me out of here." Yeah, I saw that Inter doesn't want to pay the 50 mil for a 20 goal scorer, which I find
Amazing.
interesting that United paid for what, a 12, 15 goal scorer, 70 mil euros. So I don't know. I can't understand why one scorer 20 goals is like 25 and the other one is 70. Can you tell me why? Yeah.
I try not to think about Manchester United, if we've been honest.
No, I get that, but it is interesting that they spend that much money. So, yeah, no, I want competition at every position. I think every team wants that. Every team needs that. You need the next guy coming in wanting to seat the guy in front of him. Chelsea won big trophies with 2 keepers. Yeah, I think it's a good 1 year plan. If you think the goalkeepers makes a difference, especially when you're struggling. You're struggling in a game. You got a goalkeeper who can get the ball up. It's got to be a good thing.
You have 5 subs now. You can waste one on the goalie.
Yep. Maria joins you. Let them both have a game, and whoever is better gets to start. How about that? I don't think if you saw how Arteta worked with Ramsdale, I don't think it matters. I think Ramsdale came in after the season started, or just when the season started, right? And sat out 2-3 games, and then started and that was it. So I don't
Mr.
think
Ward,
Arteta cares.
Mr. Ward, it's professional football, not American Idol.
Yeah, nah, that is true. If they want Raya, they're gonna play him. Let's just say that. Yeah, Leno 4 mil. That is ridiculous. 4 mil for Leno. He's a starting goalkeeper in the Premier League, and Arsenal let him go for 4 mil. Yeah, why not? What does he got to say? Arsenal doesn't hold good business, man. Just like hustlers and laggers.
Wow.
Wow, he's going after them. Paid 6 mil for a Turner. If they can sell him for 12, that's a good turnaround, right?
Wasn't part of the issue that you weren't spending money?
It's not the spending money. It was also the selling of players. We were terrible. We're still terrible at it. So that hasn't changed.
Well,
yeah,
terrible at it too.
We can spend a lot of money on players. It used to be poor players, and Havertz would be like along those lines of a player that you bring in. You're like, but he was terrible the last 2 years, and you're going to turn him around. Why don't you spend an extra 10 and get something that's more guaranteed?
I've got a plan. Plan. Don't worry.
Normal day in the weather. What is the Weatherspoons? Because you guys keep bringing it up.
It's a pub. It's a chain of pubs. It's a chain of pubs. There's loads.
I don't know who this is.
That's a player for the Denver Broncos who got injured, I believe.
Oh, his Achilles. I thought that was his full name. I was like, Tim Patrick Achilles? What? Oh man, heart issues.
Oh man,
that's another thing that's been happening with athletes these days. These heart issues, right?
KJ Hammer came from Penn State, so whenever he came out, he was a pretty good ball player at Penn State, and he didn't have heart issues there, but maybe some things could have affected him playing in Denver. He may not have adapted to the altitude, but it's really sad hearing that it's heart issues because he was a star at Penn State and he went really high to the Broncos, so it's kind of discouraging hearing that.
That sucks. I know, is LeBron's son had something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's heart.
At USC. Yeah.
Yeah. No. As soon as I see the word heart issues come up, like on social media, I'm like, no, click away, because if you click on it, it's going to be a political battleground of, did he have the thing, or did he not have the thing?
Oh, that's right. That's right. That is the.
Don't
that's
care.
right.
Don't care.
Right.
I just rather not people die. All right, just whatever.
Very
just
true.
Stop it.
I'm with you,
Stop
Mr.
it.
Tom. I'm with you, Mr. Tom.
Stop using people's actual health issues as like your political fucking battleground. Fuck off.
I get that.
Sorry.
I get that.
Sorry.
I get that. Yeah, because I mean, there's people who, anyways, that's another story for another day. Should Arsenal sign Wendy?
Wendy's has Wendy's, but Wendy's is too busy.
They opened a Wendy's near me, right?
Oh,
the first Wendy's in England since like 1998 or something, right? Oh, I was delicious. It was, triple burger, and I was like no cheese, and eventually there was no cheese.
You know what? You guys talk about Americans and all that we eat and stuff like that. I've never tried a double, much less a triple burger. And you know how many times I've heard a British person say I've had a double or triple sandwich? Many times.
Yeah, it was probably me.
I don't know who it was. It probably was.
Listen, let me tell you this: if one burger is £4 and they put a second one on for £5, then they put another one on for like an extra 50p or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 of the motherfuckers because that's just common sense and value. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you make me think I'm fat. I'll tell you, I am fucking fat.
Yeah. Oh, so
Caleb
Williams is out of OU. Okay. Oh wait, he did go to Southern Cal. All right. Yeah. So he was out of OU, and then he followed Lincoln Riley to Southern Cal. So yeah, he'll be the #1 pick.
Good school, that Southern Cal.
Yeah, they're all right. They're all right. Arsenal signed the Leeds Tea Lady as she got the sack after their relegation instead of Bamford. And you wonder why Leeds are not a nice, wholesome club. There you go.
You know, people actually do get fired when you get relegated.
Yeah, that's you know what? That's the sad part of English football or football in general, where you can get relegated. That's what what's crazy is, in certain aspects, the U.S. doesn't want to do that. They don't want to have relegation, but it does make the teams play better. It makes the fans a little bit more loyal because you never know. Never know.
The reality is that the 32 owners, is it 32 in the MLS?
Yeah.
32
in the MLS or the NFL?
MLS.
I don't know what the MLS is. The count.
I don't care about the NFL. I mean, for this purpose. I mean, because what would you be relegated to in the NFL? Like, it's the only league of that sport, other than Canada. Like, you're not going to get relegated to the Canadian Football League. I don't hate you that much. But anyway.
You know what? So far, I brought Alonzo on. He's not the one saying these nuts. It's everybody else. Only that team could have an owner that would be sent to prison in America. Yeah, that's right. The owner could get. I heard that the company that he's part of, the conglomerate that he's part of, has separated themselves from him. So I don't think it's I don't know if he's going to go to jail, but 2, it's not going to affect how the teams run. I think they're still going to have somebody owning it. They are definitely a mess. Harry should go to Germany. They got those big. Think about I saw when they win the Bundesliga there, they get those big steins of beer, and they just drink it at the end of the last game. I would want to join Bayern just for that, because you're getting those at the end of the season.
Didn't Tottenham win a pre-season trophy?
Yeah, the Tiger Cup, man. The Tiger Cup, I think it's called.
I'm proud of them.
I beat some 3rd, 4th level team, I think.
No, I'm proud of them because they rose above mediocrity and rose above. What's the nicest way of putting it? They've put to bed their They've put to bed their Audi Cup victory, and they've gone and got a Tiger. Now, who would win the fight out of an Audi and a Tiger?
All depends. How fast is the Audi going?
Multiple factors.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't tell the Tiger that I'd bet against it.
Very true. No, I think he's going. I believe he should be going to Munich. I think I don't want to say I might say this out loud, but I feel disappointed for him if he had to stay. Even though I love seeing him stay and fail, but it's kind of disappointing. It is disappointing that one. I don't know if it was him or if it was that team that stopped him from going to City. Because maybe somebody else could have got Haaland. I don't understand that. If I'm Harry Kane, I'm pissed that I didn't get an opportunity to go to City. He would already have how many trophies by now? Like 5?
Yeah.
So at least 5, I think. So big Gunner. Yeah.
I've got a great question of the week, guys. Great question.
The Munich bottle flies freaking it.
Yeah. He will be playing for Tottenham because he's scared. He's scared.
Yeah. No, he definitely is. He should have. I don't know. At some point, you got to. I can't see him playing a year and then walking away for free.
So he had one more left, 1 year left, right? Or he had 1 year left.
Oh, he still has 1 year after that. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, but I thought he had 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah. No, I thought this was the year.
Yeah.
American food is better than British food, says Spencer.
Well, yeah, it is in the context that have you seen beans on toast? Have you seen it? Like,
I don't know.
Like, have you seen it? Have you physically seen it?
I've seen it.
I mean,
but you know what?
You know what? You win any beauty contest, is it?
But you know what you can't get over here that I love, like bangers and mash, and it can either be the Heinz beans or it can be the other beans, but I like them either way.
I'll tell you something about the American chefs, right? I've watched the episode of Hell's Kitchen, right? My guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure, right?
This is where you get your info from.
Oh, yeah. You think I know a lot about wrestling? I know fucking Hell's Kitchen. Write a thesis on it. I tell you this. Right. Guy comes up and he hands Gordon Ramsay this saucer of just what was white glue. Okay. Behave, Sam. It's meant to be mash. And Gordon Ramsay's like, what's this? He's in the more polite way he said it. And the guy's like, that's mash. And he was like, no butter, no milk. You didn't even make this mash sexy. Sexy mash. Americans can't make sexy mash. Sexy mash.
Sexy mash. All right.
He's like, you couldn't even make some fucking sexy mash. Get out! Get out! He said. Kicks him out. Sexy mash.
We've got Kyle Washgunner has joined us. He says, big up, man. We have no hope of winning anything again this season with our poxy transfer window. Rice is good, but overhyped. Kai's useless. Timber will struggle. We need a top strike end of. That's a lot. That's a mouthful of stuff. I don't agree with most of everything you said there. I would like to do more. I would like to do more in a transfer window, but Rice is. I don't think he's overhyped. I think he'll give us exactly what we need. People probably want him to be like, one of the best there. But I think for what we needed, he's an improvement. Either availability and leadership, or just depending on where he plays. He'll get better at the 6, but he'll definitely be a good 8.
That's amazing. I'd love Leeds to spend nearly 3. I'd love Leeds to spend 200 million and then sit there and go, I think we're gonna be shit. I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love the privilege.
Nah, I hear you, but I don't. You know what? It will be tough, one, because we should be playing on all 4 fronts, and I think that's where people are going to lose their minds. They're going to go, how comes you went from second, and maybe and we'll see how it ends up, but say we don't get second again, but we compete on all 4 fronts, and we don't win a trophy, people will say it was a loss. They won't look at it as the next step in this evolution of the team. We talk about reality. The reality is Arsenal has to play in 4 fronts to compete, to keep up with what they've done over the last year. The only way they can do that.
It'll be a difficult year for you, personally.
Yeah.
No, it's difficult. Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be difficult, but I think it's going to be they're going to be growing pains that we've seen already because I believe we have enough. The trick will be whether or not Arteta has the confidence in the players that he has and actually uses them when he needs to. We have more than enough players, I think, to make it deep into the domestic cups. We on our day we can go at least through the group stages of the Champions League, and the Premier League will be it's going to be a challenge. But I think it's going to be a challenge for everyone. I think even though City has the best manager and some of the best players in the league, they are going through a bit of a rebuild and maybe in spots where they depended on people that aren't going to be there. So no matter what, it's going to be new for them. You catch him on a good day, on a poor run of form, and who knows how that's going to end up. So take your chances when they come. I hear you, Kyle. I don't agree with that. I would like to get that top striker people are talking about. There's 20 goals isn't the number though. For those who out there keep saying you need 20 goals, there's only 1 or 2, sometimes 3 in the Premier League. So 20 goal scorers just aren't a thing. Those are the unicorns. I mean, those are unicorns. Those are Kane. Those are Haaland. Those are Salah, basically. And that's it. On a regular basis, those are the players that you're going to see. Everybody else will be struggling unless they have a good run in one season, but usually drop off.
Hey Gary, I'd like to comment on what Kyle has said about Timber. I think Timber is a very underrated signing for Arsenal. I think that he'll do well. I think with Ajax and the whole Dutch league there and the Eredivisie, I think they're taught to play multiple positions. And he's a center back, but he's also right back. And of course, Arteta played him right and left back against Barcelona. So I think he'll do well at our Arteta system. I think Havertz adds size to our team, which is pretty good. He's a good person in Everton Aaron. You never know if Arteta can change, Xhaka, then he could change Havertz as well. And I think Rice, like you said, Gary, is a good leader. He's a captain at West Ham, so I think he brings a lot of leadership value as well.
Yep. No, I hear it. That's one of the reasons why I'm happy with Rice coming in because we talk about losing Xhaka and he's taking some of that leadership out the door with him that people talk about. Rice will bring it back in. You know what I mean? He's got it. We know we don't say he's not going to be. We say he's going to be the future, maybe captain of England. That comes based on what he's done. So even haters of Arsenal say that Rice could be the future captain of England, and that's a good thing. Everybody sees it, but when it comes down to he puts on that red shirt, then everybody's a little bit upset. So
yeah,
Mr. Thomas,
I couldn't care. I couldn't give a shit.
You can, yeah, I get it. Like Mr. Tom hates everybody but Leeds. I get it. It's his charity run. He still runs the club. Yeah. It would be better for the other team if he leaves for. You know what? It would be so. That would be, as they say, so Spursy if he just left for free. That would just be like terrible. Yeah, that's right. They got greedy and backfired. They could have got over 100 for Rice, maybe at the 150 I think they wanted or whatever it was back then. But I think City would have paid it.
Do you remember this time last year? Everyone was sitting there a bit afraid because Tottenham signed Richarlison.
Well, you know what? You know what I looked at? I looked at the way he played, and I think this is the problem. If you look at the way he played at Everton, right? He was the only thing they had. That was
a good last month.
No, I know. Well, you know what? How many times has Arsenal not had a good last month? Right, the last 2 seasons, right? So to say that he had a good month, I'm going to take it back and go. You know what? If Arsenal had a good month, we'd have probably finished in the top 4. We may have won a league. So yeah, I hear it. The pressure's on, and you show up. That's what, right? So basically, you're saying he was good in that last month, and that's what you need sometimes. Like if you had a player in your team last season who had a good month,
we did Junior Firpo.
No, you didn't have a player that had a good month, and you won, and you stayed in the league.
February was spectacular.
February, but the last month isn't February.
Oh, every other month was absolute poop, but
as I said, the last month. So, no, but like I said, I think he had. You know what the problem I think is
had a good month.
No, that last month. Sorry, the last month.
Understood.
That's what you said.
Understood.
But no, he had that. He was the only thing they had going because what's his name?
Mopai is terrible.
Yeah, he was injured or whatever. So again,
Neil Mopai is the worst.
Mm.
If Leeds signed Neil Mopai, I'd probably slip my no. That's too far.
No, let's not do that. Green.
But,
Sam wants the lottery tickets from Kyle because he can see the future. So there you go. Never not beans on toast. I don't know. Mr. Tom was knocking beans on toast.
To be fair. Never not beans on toast. Beans on toast is poo.
Yeah.
I prefer spaghetti hoops personally to
yeah. I had you talking about food. Yeah.
Do you know they put less beans in the tin now?
I didn't know that. Was a lot of air?
That's true. Or
a lot of sauce.
No. Basically, they increased the price.
Yep.
Increased the sauce content and removed about 10 beans.
10 beans.
They've claimed they claimed they removed 3, but it's not 3. It's not 3.
Did you count them? Did you count them?
No, I don't eat them, but I read in the newspaper.
All right. I haven't had faith a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of fans that hadn't had faith in the last 20 years, but you've seen something good in the last 3 years, right? You've seen team get better and better each year. I say it all the time. You've got 38 games. If you can get a little better in each game from the first one to the 38th one, you're doing good. The last 3 seasons, last 3 seasons, we've improved.
Keep your comments rolling, please, because there's something I've noticed. Kai's going to prove everyone wrong. I think he's going to do a lot better than he did at Chelsea.
No, I think he's going to be put in a position to do that. And, he will fail and then is Arteta ruthless and keep him out, or he will succeed and we'll all be laughing.
Yeah. I'm going to get cussed out on another channel for that opinion, but I love it. I could guess what the channel is. I could guess.
Yeah. No, thank you, Sam.
I've heard Sam for years. Just want to win
now. I think there's a lot of fans that have seen the good days. These have been the dark days for sure.
Dark day.
I wouldn't be surprised if
it's level. There's levels to this thing, Mr. Tom. You know how that works. You made me say it. You made me say it.
Shit. Level.
There are levels to this thing, Mr. Tom. There are levels to this.
Oh, my bum nearly touched my table.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you know what? The reason why I talk about enjoy the ride is because this is the ride. We're not gonna get there. It's not one of those things where the destination is you pay for it and you get to the destination, you're happy. It's a long ride. Based on what's happened in the years before, it's not gonna happen overnight. No matter who you brought in, it's still gonna take some time.
I have a question for Mr. Greenwood. If I say something that you don't like, where are you going to send me?
Oh, he's going to send you somewhere?
Well, because he sent Kyle to Saudi. I don't really want to go there. Can you send me somewhere sunny?
Oh, why is he sending people away?
Send me to the MLS, please. Or I wouldn't actually be that bad in the MLS. I mean, I'm fat and out of shape, but it's the MLS, isn't it? I mean, I might get 3 goals.
Yeah. I hear you, Colonel. I get the changing up next season, but there's got to be some real reasons why you're going to change it up big time. It can't just be you didn't win a trophy. It can't be the only thing. I understand why people say it should be, but I don't think it's the end all be all. Yeah. You guys going after each other now. Journey is more important than justification. I don't say that.
It's the journey.
I hear you.
Oh no, I can't hear the word journey without thinking of like the 80s band.
Yeah. No, I you know what? I think we brought the players we brought in and the the players we brought in and where we come from, I think we're better. Whether or not they are the best options for us, we shall see. But we didn't like a lot of the players we brought in over the years, and they've turned out good.
Hey Gary.
Yeah.
If you're reading the shows, the trip, the journey, the destination.
Oh.
The trip,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, it's been a pretty cool rise from the ashes that Arteta has done. You know, finishing eighth in COVID, finishing eighth again, then fifth and second is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
And the players he had to do it with was pretty bad too. You know, so getting players that he wants is kind of important.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to be surprised with Kai Havertz this year, and as well as Timber. I like Timber a lot.
Yep.
For him being still young, to be part of the Dutch team, I mean the Dutch national team at this age is pretty good too. So he's adding people he wants to work with and make better.
Yeah. No, I mean, I and you can see like when Timber left. I mean, I've seen team players leave teams, and I've never seen stuff like that. What they did for him when he left. So there must have been something there. I don't think that was all just for show, which some of it might have been, but I think some of it maybe touched touched the heart a little bit there. And as Chris Nick says, I love a full English breakfast. It's so sexy. I do like a full English breakfast. I'm not too fond of the is it the black pudding, but I mean everything else I'll eat.
Okay, but back to your saying about Timber's his out video whenever they made that.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, man. I like that that video that they did, and you saw the kid with the Arsenal kid on, and then at the end, I think they said take care of him for us, Arsenal. That's pretty cool, man. That was really heartwarming, man. You know, and you don't see that a lot in football. Remember, two clubs like that, two giants in real football can get along and do business together. That's pretty cool.
Yep. No. I mean, I think that's how it should be, but people get a little full of themselves sometimes, and it gets
two
screwed up.
giants doing business together.
Yeah. One thing, Kyle, you look at those numbers. I don't know about you. The first eighth was half a season, but the eighth, fifth, and second were all full seasons for Arteta. I don't know about you, but when I look at those numbers, what do I see? The numbers keep going down, right? So I can only assume that that's a positive. If you were a scorer, a young scorer, for example, like a Saka, let's look at it. Let's look at Saka because that's a good thing to look at. Let's look at Saka over the last 3 years since he's come to Arsenal, and you can tell me I'll tell you kind of how he's been doing, and we can this is kind of how the team's gone. So 3 years ago, he had 8 total goals and assists. The next year, 18. The next year, 25. To me, that shows growth, and that's what you want to see in the young players. We are a young team, 8th, 5th, 2nd. I don't know. It sounds like progress to me. Sounds like we're moving in the right direction. Immediate success doesn't. You can't sustain success like that. Look at Chelsea. They win the Champions League, and they've been struggling since, right? You can't sustain success unless you build something solid. So, and I mean, yeah, so that's kind of how I look at it. And so that's why I can't get too upset because we are moving in the right direction. And the second, we didn't really compete in any of the other cups, right? So that's why it's going to be a different. We could finish 4th, and it would be a successful season if we went late, deep in the FA Cup or League Cup, and we were able to get through the Champions League as a whole. Because you look at the body of work, you go, well, it's not as good as last season because we finished 2nd. But guess what? We were terrible in the FA Cup, terrible in the League Cup, Europa League, not so good, right? So for me, I don't know. You got to look at the full package. Can't look at just one item on it. You got to take the whole package, man. That's me.
This is upsetting. You're making me think about my own team and my team were ultra successful at the start of the decade. Okay. And then we've regressed from there. Okay. We were winning trophies in the year 2020.
Yeah.
We were like the pandemic champions of the Football League. Not the Premier League, the English Football League. And I'm just sad. Made me think about better times.
Yeah. No, I want to get upset with the team when they don't win a trophy, but you got to also look at the big picture and see where they're coming from. And we all keep saying, well, City does it and Klopp does it. Well, those are two of the top managers in the world. So, and they've been doing it for much longer than Arteta has. So I can't compare what Klopp and Pep are doing to Arteta. If they choose to go with Arteta, guess what that means? That means they're in it for the long haul. And so far, it's been 4 years of sustained improvement from year to year. So they want it to. As I've said multiple times, they want us to take our time, but I don't want to. I've always said that. They want us to just hold our horses and check it out as they build something. I never wanted to do that. I wanted to get there right away, but this is the way they want to do it. And so far, they proved us right so far. If Arteta gets to the point where he's competing on all four fronts and the team's not able to get a trophy or jump over, hit that, break through the tape, that's when a new manager comes in, gives you that new manager bump, and then maybe you sustain things for longer, right? So there you go.
Sometimes I sit and I think to myself that I should find out Marcelo Bielsa's phone number so I can call him and see if he's all right.
Yeah.
I get worried about him.
Yeah. Tom would be a great value Rooney. Would he be a third or fourth tier Rooney, or is he a Sunday Rooney? Which one is he? I'm joking. You're top flight.
Outrageous and borderline
the Falklands
racist.
Islands Premier League, sponsored by Birdseye. Is Birdseye the same thing? Is that the people that made the
if that
frozen
means
fish?
I get free, if I get free fish fingers, then I'm all for it because I love free food. That I do. Yeah.
I hear that.
They're a brand that make fish fingers in England.
Yeah, see, only you can see success like that for me. You become too used to winning throughout the 90s, early 2000s for me. I'm glad to see my club acting and putting up, being a big club, winning is second, being competitive, number one.
Proper salty out here. Get a bucket of salt for the comment section. They're all going backwards and forwards, to and fro. And and if I told you who was at the dead centre of it all, and someone went to me, I bet it's Sam Greenwood, I'd go, yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, you're right. It's Sam Greenwood, Mr. Greenwood.
He loves having debates. I think that's it's just debates. We all want to see our team pull up the trophy. At the end of the day, we just think we can go about it multiple different ways.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Ones as well. Mass debates.
We haven't won a league in 20 years. Yeah. European competition in 29 years, and I'm overreacting.
We'll win the league for 5 years.
No, I don't think we're happy with it, but we understand where we stand. That's how I look at it. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. Some people do. I think it's going to take some time. I don't think the downfall happened in one season. I think it was a gradual thing, over and over, every year, getting just that little bit worse, that little bit worse, that little bit worse, to where the bottom fell. Right? And
I'll tell you what it was. In my opinion, right? So I'm not necessarily right, but I think I am right, naturally. Why do you think you're wrong? Anyway. When Chelsea got their money and you got the Emirates, your natural position changed in the football landscape because you could no longer pull the players that you probably would have been able to 5 years before, because Chelsea could just outbid you, right, in all facets, right? But then you had the ace in your hole was we have the 60,000 seat stadium. But then again, it was, because we've got to pay off, we maybe spend a little bit less on transfers, but eventually we'll have more money coming in because of. But then what happened when you did pay off was the Premier League turned around and went, "Oh, we've just negotiated a £2 billion deal." So Arsenal, you thought you was going to have more spending power in the transfer market. Oh no, here you go, Crystal Palace, here's 200 million. Bolton, 200 million. So then when you turn around and thought you could bully Crystal Palace into letting you have Zaha, for example, Crystal Palace were like, "We don't need to sell him. We've got 200 million in the television deal." So that made it even harder for you. But the other thing, that all that financial stuff was coupled with, we're going to finish in the top two Champions League. And then it became, oh, maybe if we get top 3, we'll get automatically in the Champions League. And then it became, oh, top 4. And then just win the qualifying match, get in the Champions League. And it basically, the standards lowered because everyone else got better.
Yeah, and that's why I always say you want to shoot for the stars. That comment, you shoot for the stars, you hit the moon. That's because if you shoot for 4th, you get 5th. Easy. You never get what you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants us to get a trophy, but we finish 2nd. If we don't strive for the trophy, you're not going to get the trophy. You have to, like, Leicester's run was when they finally, like, they kind of, like, the lights went on, the light bulb went on, and they looked around. Hey, looks like we can do this thing.
I could sum it up in a sentence. I'll sum it up. Basically, 4th place went from you looking over your shoulder as if to be like, that should be a wake-up call, to the goal became to finish 4th.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't. That can't be the goal. My goal's always been get the trophy. Milestones, I get milestones. These are milestones. We're hitting. We got a 2nd place. That's a good milestone. That's a good, as they say, check. We can compete for the league. Now we have to do it on all 4 fronts, and we know how to. We know what you need to finish up our season, because we saw our team collapse, and we know why. The mentality of the team will hopefully be different. The players will be different. What's that?
I can understand when you've not been in the Champions League for a few years, 4th becomes the goal, and that's natural. There's nothing wrong in that. But it was your goal when you hadn't been out of the top 4 for 20 years or whatever it was. That was a recipe for disaster, because eventually you're just going to fall out of it.
Yeah. And you know what? If you look at all the teams that are sitting there kind of looking good right now, they've had that little bit of non-success, failures per se, and and that trickles in the entire team, right? And everybody's like if you follow, so I'll listen to some of the City fans, and they're happy over the last 10 years or so, but they'll tell you about those dark days before that, right? So they know where they came from, and it's still near, still close to them. They still get that,
Yeah.
Arsenal had it and then lost it over time. Gradually, just got destroyed their whole makeup of the squad, the way they did business and everything like that, and it crumbled. It crumbled.
Did you say dark days?
They're dark days for Arsenal.
Oh, they're all dark days at Leeds United. We have the occasional year. I think like 2020 was like the occasional year where we peeped up above into the light and was like, oh no, this is a bit weird. It's in my eyes a bit. Let's go back down to where we used to.
Yeah.
I was about to say under the sea, but it's not the same. Not the same.
Yeah.
But get kind of hungry, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. All right, so we are sitting around for 75 minutes. I'll go through this. You got anything you want to say there, Lonzo?
Yeah, I just can't wait. Just like almost 2 days of Christmas. 2 days of Christmas, right? Looking forward to each game, each day before the game starts. I always try my best to get the first game of the season off from work, and so I got it off, and it's an early game, right? So it's always a pain, but we just took a nap here in the States, and looking forward to 21st. The day before my birthday. So yeah, I mean, I think that this year we're gonna have a good team. I think Arteta knows more so how his starting 11 is gonna be like for the season. At least the first game. I think like we talked about at the beginning of the podcast how he might line up against both Monaco and City. I'm looking forward to see how Koch does before before the season starts in those two games. I think that he has a big microscope over him, more so, in my opinion, over Rice and Timber. Just because he underachieved last year under Chelsea. Um, and I know all three signings are a gamble because of price, but I'm sure they're going to improve or be even better under Arteta and his management team. But yeah, like the anticipation is why we do this as supporters, and I'm sure Tom understands as well that every soccer football fan looks forward to the first games of the season.
I hear you. Now I see some of you guys talking in the chats there, and one of the things that I say, and I kind of I believe is that we I can't go into. It's hard for me to um, go into a game thinking my team's going to lose and stuff like that. I always feel like they have an opportunity to get something out of it. So I'm always there. You can win every game. I think you can win every game. Little things happen, and that's the reason why you don't win them. You got to be you try to be perfect every game. You can't. The things are you can't, but you have a chance to win all of them. And I can't go into a game thinking we already lost it. It's just not the way my mind works. We have a chance to win every game we play, even against the big boys. And if I see something positive in it, I'm going to take that and use it for the next thing. That's why going into the way the season ended, going into that season, I said, you know what? If we go into that City match having not lost in the last 10 games, I feel pretty good that we should be able to get something out of this season and maybe get that trophy. We struggled 3 games into that run, and things went downhill. So I kind of feel like that's how I look at things. Kind of going every game thinking we have a chance to win it. City games so far, I want us to just be competitive because that would be a big step from where we've been. If you go into a City match and we're competitive, we have a chance to win it. But we haven't been competitive in any of the ones I've seen over the last number of years, and that's something that Arteta has to get into his squad. It can't be we play the light blue shirts and we struggle. Can't be like that anymore. Got to go into those games a little bit more confident, have a plan to beat them, be a little bit more disciplined. I don't think we're disciplined in some of those games. We make either silly mistakes or, we miss our chances. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. I had a video from Mr. Tom, but I don't think I've loaded it. So you'll see it hopefully on the next show. So, Mr. Tom, he does have a question for you guys. So yeah. Let's get to it and go ahead, Mr. Tom.
Okay. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to be very generous to the audience. I want you to think of a number between 77 and 79 and think of a number between 77 and 79, and that'll be the question of the show. I've got two. I can't decide. So pick one.
All right, you want somebody to answer that question?
I want someone to answer the question. Think of a number between 76 and 79. 77.6. Fine. So, how many Premier League assists did Mario Balotelli get?
All right.
In his whole career, or City or Liverpool?
How many Premier League assists?
Right.
did Mario Balotelli get?
I'm going to go with the under. I'm going to say 20.
I say 16.
Ooh.
20, 16. Interesting.
Let's see what the people say. They ask the question again. Oh.
How many
Spencer
Premier
says
League
1.
assists? Beat's Gun's right. It's 1. And Spencer's right. It was the pass to Aguero.
So there you go.
Wow.
I thought I was going for the under. I was way off. And Sam, of course.
Oh, Sam's just feeling a bit spicy because someone said something he didn't like about Arsenal.
And then everybody hates everyone now. Even hates you with your questions.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Tom. We're gonna head out of here, folks.
Hope he needs a Snickers.
You need a Snickers. You know what? Yeah, I always say that about Pepe, man. He's not feeling yourself. How about a Snickers? That's Pepe. He's laughing now.
70? I'll do 78 as well because that
was
was quick.
78. Sam wanted it. Colonel wanted it.
Well.
Spencer wanted it.
Yeah, they always 78. Who are the only team that have been champions of Europe more times than they've been champions of their own country?
Oh,
Real Madrid.
That's a good one.
Nope, not true.
You said he got 21 though.
Yeah, but not in the Premier League.
You gotta listen to the question, Colonel Ward. Gotta listen to the question.
1 for Man City, none for Liverpool.
Gotta listen to the question. I'm looking at his stats right now, just like. Yeah.
It's Nottingham Forest. They won the European Cup before it became Champions League twice, but they only actually won the league once. Because they retained it.
Yep. And 21 was his goals. In the 4 seasons, he scored 21 goals. So you had goals, not assists. So that's where you got the 21 from, Colonel Ward. I think your columns got mixed up.
Nottingham Forest won in 79 and then 80.
There you go. So it's
not after winning the league in 78.
So is there an Italian team, or you just looked at English football, or is this a football question?
No, it's Nottingham Forest. That's it.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Chelsea have been relegated more times than they won the league. That's a good one. All right, dire
times in the dire times in the 80s.
Yeah.
Well, can I like?
This gun is getting the questions and he's saying they're easy. Yeah, we're gonna do the crisps just a second. Yeah, crisps are coming. And I think I actually have a video for that. So while we do that, we will switch things up, everybody. There you go. You got your crisp, Spencer, and you've got the Magic Crisp intro.
I avoided my local crisp Imperium today, and I traipsed into Morrison's, where I was like, "What crisps? What potatoes do you have for me in Morrison's?" And Mr. Morrison said to me, "Well, Mr. Tom, we've got the best hand-cooked steak, ale, and caramelized onion ridged crisps."
That actually sounds like a good meal. You don't even need a knife and fork. You just have those, and you're good. You're set. Main course done.
Let me turn the fan off just so that it doesn't waft the opening smell away. Because that's like the money shot, right? That's like in double mint.
I don't think that's the money shot. I hope it's not the money shot.
No, in a chewing gum advert, they employ people to make sure that they
money
film
shot means something
chewing gum
else
down
as
in the
well.
mouth.
So
that's what they call it. They call it the money shot, baby.
There's other things that
and
are
I
called.
know they call it something else as well, all right? And it's Val Venus's finishing move, and that was his wrestling name because Venus rhymes with pink. Yeah, let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at the crisps. Yeah.
Tom needs to grow a beard. Yeah. Oh, let's tasty. Everybody's enjoying the flavor of those crisps. They are. They do look good. Tommy will produce rank. Yeah. Yeah. Rank farts. Yeah. Can we get the full aroma? The full. I don't know what that means. Sound of the crunch. Yeah. He's keeping the crunch in. No, it's Chris. As Chris Nick says here, Theo Walcott has more Champions League goals than Zidane. So there you go. He's better than Zidane.
Do you not know what ASMR stands for, Gary?
No.
It is Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Oh, no, I do not know what that is.
It puts you to sleep via sound.
Oh, all right. Cool. No, I did not know what that is. That's something new for me.
It's
learning all the time. I think the fact that I can't even repeat it means I will forget it as soon as the show's over.
Type it into YouTube. You will find something that will put you to sleep.
Oh, okay. I'll...
Hey, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Did you notice how I fell asleep during the phone podcast last night?
I think we all saw that, if I recall. I think we all saw that. Yeah.
I was tired, man.
I don't know what this means either. Can you translate?
I'll tell you something rather random.
What's that?
I got asked to be on the Bird Camp Wonderland podcast.
Oh, me too. You know what? When you responded, I responded too, and I realized I thought when I responded to Danny, I confirmed a time with him because I put a thumbs up next to it, but it didn't. The thumbs up didn't mean that. He thought it meant thanks for letting me know, and so we'll see. I'm supposed to be on that show as well, so the time I gave him didn't work, and so I'll have to do it another time. So we'll see.
It makes sense that you're on it.
Yeah. Every time I try to go on this show, something comes up. So hopefully we work that out. Tom puts people to sleep via sounds all the time. That is true. He starts talking about some team starting with an L, and then next thing you know, everybody's passed out. So, Mr. Tom, we need a score. We need a score and a goodbye.
These are all right. There's a strong crunch, okay? So it's not an easy eat, but I probably will finish them. You know what? Let's keep it really simple. We're going to go for 750,001 out of 992,004.
There you go, people. That's the score. That is the score. All right. Let's say good night to the people. Had like the last 20 minutes of the show. Time to say bye-bye.
Okay. Can Alonso do it while I'm eating, please?
All right,
Alonso.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show. Thanks for having me, Gary. It's good always be on Mondays. Tom, thanks for having me on the Who Else's podcast last night. Make sure you guys tune in Wednesday and Sunday whenever we talk about WrestleMania. SummerSlam. Sorry, Tom. Yeah, so looking forward to it. Also, you can catch me and Gary at the Arsenal Fan Circle on Thursdays at 7:30 Central Time, give or take. Anyways, yeah, I can't wait till the season starts. We get a sneak peek Wednesday and Sunday. Everyone in the chat, thanks for being here. It's always good to see you guys. Also, again, Gary, thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for joining, Lonzo, and we'll let Mr. Tom say his goodbyes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to thank Gary and Gary for allowing me onto his show and giving me a platform to spout my nonsense and eat food on the internet at 2 a.m. I'd like to thank Alonso for turning up and got to these nuts him, which was a rare occurrence. But yeah, so thank Alonso for turning up last night on the old Full Nelson podcast. I've got the name on and showed him for a half a second. But no, no, this is serious. I'd like to thank everyone that did turn up for the first episode of We All Love Leeds. It was great seeing people that, with respect, have no affinity for Leeds United, but made the effort to support me personally. It meant a lot. That doesn't mean that I'm still not going to piss on you if you're on fire, because you are Arsenal fans and football love, all good love and warm football. But no, in all seriousness, really cool that people showed up. I believe like the Sam Greenwoods of the world, and I believe Gary popped up, and among others, if I'm forgetting your name, I'm not forgetting, but just been tiring time, yeah, sorting this stuff out, yeah. But and to people that showed up last night in the chat for the Full Nelson podcast, we are up and running again on Wednesday, where we're going to do SummerSlam preview and predictions. Gary, you need to get your predictions in, so we'll do the photo thing for you. But obviously Alonso as well, but you already know that. And then tune in on Saturday night where the show comes up live, and we'll be doing another watch along. And then Sunday again, I'll be doing Leeds again. I'm on the YouTube a lot. I sit there and I'm like, sorry, this won't take long. I'll sit there. I'm like, I need to do less YouTubing. And then someone goes, do you want to come on my show? And I'm like, I'll be there in 12 minutes. No, not that soon. But you know what I mean. It's nice when people want to have you on their platform, and even though you know and they know and you know and they know that you're going to talk bollocks.
Cool.
I'm going to talk bollocks. But yeah, thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Cool. Yeah, and I Kyle and Sam, I enjoy the back and forth. We're not going to agree. Hopefully, it didn't get too salty and too personal. I don't think it was. Oh, Slice, welcome to the show. We are heading out of here though. So hopefully you can go back and watch the rest of it and see if you enjoy it. Merry Christmas, Spencer says. Yeah. So you guys, I like this. I like to have people on talking from both sides of the fence, as they say. So I got a new video for the outro here. So we will see you guys next week. The show will be on Saturday. So check out the road trip. I'll be actually on a road trip myself, so we'll have a guest host once again. So
that guest host is back again.
The guest host is back again, so if we got to call him up and see if he's available. But so there'll be another show without me. So yeah, I'm.
Did you notice Greenwood?
I gave you guys the hints. You knew it. I think I did, anyways. But yeah, so. I'm gonna go check out some colleges.
Can I say one more sentence, please, Gary? Sorry to interrupt. Along the bottom on my thing are the Twitter accounts of both of my shows, and I'm not going to threaten everyone, but follow both shows or I'll cut you. Have a good night.
There you go. I think that's his way of saying please check out his shows, as you can see there. Love Leeds 1919 and Full Nelson pod. So yeah, so like I said, we'll head out of here. Everybody's saying hello. No Michael Jackson. He'll be back probably on the weekend maybe. And so we'll check it out. Check out my video. I'll say it here first, but you'll hear it in the video as well. But life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Life is a journey. Don't waste